Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So, can we start the morning briefing now? Is there anyone? Is there anybody coming in? May I start now? Okay, never mind. I just start my briefing today. So let's see. Okay, so for today is June 25. Okay, so it's Friday today. So let's see. Okay, let us review the previous important economic data on last night. What happened last night? What happened yesterday? So the first one is the GDE, means German IFO business climate June. So the previous is 99.2. The forex, sorry, the forecast is 100.6. The actual is 101.8. So actually, the indicator is higher than the forecast. So we can see that the euro should be considered strong. Okay, so the second is the BOE, Bank of England interest rate decision. The previous is 0.1% forecast, and also even the actual also the same. They remain their interest rate decision at 0.1%. So the actually this this economic data didn't bring much volatility to the Great Britain pound. Okay, so the next one is the US durable goods orders exclude transport monthly. This one is May. So previous is 1.0%, forecast is 0.8%, the actual is 0.3, which is lower than the forecast. So the US dollar should be considered weak. Okay, so the next one is US GDP growth rate quarterly. This one is the first quarter, is the Q1 of 2021. So the previous is 4.3%, forecast is 6.4. The actual also the same as the forecast 6.4%. Okay, so the data release time is previous day, means last night 8:30 p.m. So this one, because the actual is same as the forecast, so this economic data didn't bring much volatility to the US dollar index. Okay, so the next one, the last one, is the US initial jobless claims. Okay, 19 June, which is last week. The data is from for last week. Okay, so the previous is 412K. So forecast is 380K. But the actual is slightly higher than the forecast, which is 411K. So the data release time is previous day, still the same previous day, 8:30 at night. Okay, so the indicator is higher than the expected. So the US dollar should be considered weak. Okay, so when come to the next session is the previous day market volatility review. So let us review what happened on the market last night. Okay, so let us see the volatility of gold is declined for 140 pips last night. So as we can see here on the right side market graph, we can see this is the volatility, the big movement on at last night. So inside the red square here, okay, so what is the factor, what happened last night? So as we can read here, we can see here. So let's see here what happened to the market volatility. Okay, so spot gold fell slightly on Thursday, closing at around 1775. Encouraging US economic data boosted the demand for risky assets and pushed the US stock market to record highs, making safe haven gold lesser attractiveness. Okay, so as we can see here, that's why the gold price fell down last night. Okay, so what are the economic data we should take focus on today? So when come to EU session, the only one economic data we have to take note is the German GfK consumer confidence July. Okay, so the previous is negative 7.0, the forecast is negative 4.0. The data release time is later, 2 o'clock later. Okay, so you guys have to take note. Yeah, if any one of you trade any trading instrument regarding the euro dollar, you should take focus on this economic data. So if the indicator is higher than expected, the euro should be considered strong, bullish. So otherwise, the euro should be considered weak. Okay, so the next one, when come to UX session, we have to take note on these economic data. These economic data are very important for today, for tonight. Okay, so let us see the first one, the US core PCE price index yearly. Okay, this one is for month, for May, sorry. Okay, so the previous is 3.1%, the forecast is 3.4%, the data release time is at tonight 8:30. So this one is very important, you have to take note. So if you're trading any trading instrument regarding US dollar, you must take note on this economic data. Okay, so if the index is higher than expected, the US dollar should be considered strong or bullish. Okay, so otherwise the US dollar should be considered weak or bearish. Okay, so the next one, you say US PCE price index is actually, they are different, you know. This one is core and this one is the normal one. Okay, so you have to read here that if you want to know what are the difference between them, you can read the economic data anatomy here. So okay, now so the previous is for this economic data, the previous is 3.6% up, but the forecast is remain unknown, so they didn't put up any forecast recently. Okay, so for the data release time is still at 8:30 tonight. Okay, so its impact on currencies may be a two-way. A rise in CPI may lead to a rise in interest rates and a rise in the local currency. So on the other hand, during an economic recession, a rise in CPI may lead to an intensified recession, which in turn causes the local currency to fall. So for this economic data, you also have to take note. Okay, so when come to the third one, for US session, so US Michigan Consumer Sentiment Final June. So the previous is 86.4, the forecast is 86.5. So the data release time is at tonight 10 o'clock. Okay, so all the US session important economic data are all about the US dollar. So if the indicator is higher than expected, the dollar should be considered strong. So otherwise, the dollar should be considered weak. Okay, so when come to our key product today, it still remain gold, because gold is my favorite pair. Okay,